You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
I'll give you all just a few seconds to make your jokes about Jacksfitness carrying my account.
What the
Done. Right, let's move on. After my last video on Jacksfitness, I didn't actually think I'd have to make another video on him because it did look like he was on the straight and narrow for a little bit. Who would have thought a fitness creator actually making fitness content? But over the last couple of weeks, there were rumblings. Something in the TikTok space was not quite right. Signs that he could potentially be fading into his old antics. And wouldn't you know, unfortunately, that is exactly what's happened. So we're going to go over everything that's happened between the last video and now. And to be fair, quite a lot has happened. So let's get right into it. Wait. Before we do get into it, I'm thinking about making a full video documentary, a full timeline of events on Jacksfitness from his first video to where we're at now. So if that's something you'd be interested in, make sure to comment down below if you want to see that. But yeah, let's get into it. Where to begin? So as I said previously, after my last video, Jacksfitness was actually making fitness content. It looked like he was locking in and gonna focus on the gym again. Oh, how naive I was to believe this, as if you recall, like literally any of the past fucking videos, that's exactly what he always does. It always looks like he's going to lock into the gym and then he ends up just doing this shit. And of course, this time is no different. But I am pleased to report this time he hasn't collabed with any OnlyFans girls. At least not yet, he hasn't. So that's pretty good to report. Pretty fucking standard though. And I have no doubt he's probably most likely tried to behind the scenes. But yeah, where to begin? Let's just begin with his posts. He has started shit posting again. So Jack is at the point now in his career where it looks like he's falling off, right? He's fallen into irrelevancy. Think Bevo, Ed Matthews, Cal the Dragon. They all have their 5 minutes of fame and then eventually they just fall off. Jack is no different. A lot of people follow him for the gym, and ever since he's been doing all these other antics, he's just been on a steady decline. But now it's to the point where more than ever he is becoming irrelevant and people aren't talking about him as much, apart from losers like me. So he started very much using the any publicity is good publicity. So he's basically started rage baiting and content clip farming. If you don't know what this is, it's what a lot of big streamers do, where they just do something outrageous on their stream so people clip it and share it.
What you gonna do?
And with Jack, this is no different. So he himself has been doing this on his posts where he's just doing, I mean, what the fuck is he doing? And I want to remind everyone, he's doing all this for free because he's lost all of his sponsors, so he's not getting paid from that. And none of his TikToks are over a minute long, so he's not getting paid from that either. Man is making no money. He's just doing this for the sake of doing it. And this may be okay for the short-term views, but like I said, people aren't following you anymore. You're actually going to lose followers for this because a lot of people who held out a little bit of hope that you'd focus on the gym are now just going to call it the last straw and leave. And obviously this isn't the way to get your fucking My Protein sponsor back. But the main bulk of what he's been doing is on his live streams. Like, he's completely lost the plot. He's decided the best way to get attention is just to act like an absolute spasmoid on his lives. So viewer discretion is advised, but I'm going to run a quick reel of some of these highlights. You might lose a few brain cells, but enjoy.
Let me down.
You know what these for? Whoa. I go to the gym 5 days a week, bitch. So sit down.
Contracting the highs, the lows, in no compare to roll. My cut is going so well. I have in fact lost weight. My guinea pig is dying. I am him. I haven't back bulked up.
Okay, how are we all doing after that? It's actually like watching the lost tapes of a mental asylum. Jack, mate, what the fuck are you doing? As I said, this is not the way you get your sponsorships back. But also, just have some integrity. Is it really worth having an extra 5 minutes of fame if it means doing this and ruining your long-term reputation? Not that it's not already ruined. And yeah, on one of these streams as well, he pretends to be drunk or something, or he might actually be drunk, but it looks like what 13-year-old me would do if I had a sip of cider, pretending I'm absolutely hammered. It is actually like he's just discovered what drinking is, because he put on his story as well that people might be calling him crazy for going out on a Monday night. Jack, mate, no one's looking at your story and being like, fucking hell, what a mad lad, he's out on a Monday morning. You're unemployed, might I add. Like, that Monday night is no different to any other night of the week. And that's another thing he's been doing on his story. Now, he hasn't linked up with any OnlyFans girls yet, at least not that I'm aware of, but he has just started posting some girls' fucking Insta posts. Now, whether they're paying him to do this, they've asked him to do this, or he's just doing it out of the kindness of his heart, it's just a bit weird. Jack, mate, they're not gonna let you shag them. They're not. And if they are asking you to post them on your story, it's not because they like you. It's not because they think you are a wham stud. It's because they're using you for your following. It's just a bit embarrassing, lad, I'll be honest with you. But even after all that, I have no doubt he's still trying to link OnlyFans girls, because obviously he was the one messaging them all before. That's how he was able to collab with Alexis Reed and fucking Astrid Wet. Astrid Wet would then go on to release one of the worst things my ears have ever heard. So fucking jarring, man. But enough of her, because I could literally make a whole ass separate video on her. But I give it a matter of a week or two before we likely see Jacksfitness get into some sort of e-girl OnlyFans controversy again. Speaking of controversy, and I don't know whether I went over this in my previous video or not, but he got into a little back and forths again with Dave Trains. Obviously, Dave Trains is someone we've mentioned in the past, but what Dave Trains sometimes do is host these lifting events where content creators and anyone who buys a ticket can go and, well, lift weights with their favorite, you know, gym top fitness creators. And Jacksfitness basically asked if he could attend, because obviously he is a very locked-in fitness content creator, and Dave Trains told him to fuck off, with the reason being that he doesn't lift weights, which he doesn't. And this was at the time where he was, you know, hanging around with Ed Matthews, Alexis Reed, Astrid and that, so this was at his lowest point. Now if this was at the point afterwards where he started locking into the gym again, you know, Dave might have considered it, but it was very understandable why at the time he said no, because he was not a fitness content creator back then. As much as he had called himself one, he just wasn't. He's still hardly one now, to be honest. But yeah, him and Dave Trains had this little back and forth, which I thought was pretty funny. Jack got quite butthurt about it, and Dave Trains just said, lift some fucking weights, mate. Another thing that's happened is he's got into a little bit of beef with Jack McCarthy, who I want to put out there is a 15-year-old child who is doing 10 times the job that Jacksfitness is in the gym. But for some reason, Jacksfitness has called him out for, I don't know, a boxing match, a fight, a fucking lift-off, or whatever you call it. A lift-off? Is that a thing? I don't know. Where you see who can lift more weights.
McCarthy, there can only be one Jack in this game. Let me know a time and place. Jack versus Jacksfit. Because right now, you're looking like a knockoff Slim Shady.
But I'm not being funny, Jacksfitness, mate. He'd literally fucking demolish you in anything. On these live streams, you're nearly knocking yourself out with your shadow boxing. What are you playing at? And we'll come back to this in just a moment, because he is actually calling someone out for a boxing match. Yeah, Jack McCarthy would literally beat him in anything. I'm not quite sure why he's trying to beef a 15-year-old, to be fair. And finally, yes, Jacksfitness is actually calling someone out for a boxing match.
When I called out Ben Williams, everyone thought it was a joke. But you haven't seen my shadow boxing yet. Ben Williams, I'm bringing the smoke. But can you handle the heat?
Now, I don't think he's serious about this, because obviously in the video he's shadowboxing like an absolute spasmoid. And I'm not really sure what this Ben Williams guy has done to him, but it actually looks like Ben Williams is like a proper professional boxer as well. But obviously this fight is never going to go ahead. They're not even in the same weight class, but then again, who is in fucking Jacksfitness's weight class? But this just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Is it really worth it for a couple extra views, Jack, sacrificing your integrity? You'd get absolutely no slack if you just stayed to what you were doing and stayed focused on the gym. Fuck it all off with these rage bait videos and just post fitness content creation. Post you in the gym, post you actually trying in the gym and actually eating and stuff. And if you don't want to do gym content anymore, don't put out a video saying, look, I don't want to be a gym content creator anymore, I want to do other content. Because pretending to be a fitness content creator when you're clearly not focused on the gym just isn't working. But like I said, if you posted actual fitness content and you stuck to posting actual fitness content and you didn't do all this rage bait clip farming shit, people would respect you for it. If you're in the gym, you know, actually trying your hardest and posting that, people would respect you for it, and you get more followers than doing all this shit you're doing now. Because by doing all this stuff for a few extra views, you're sacrificing the long-term health of your account and your platform. People aren't going to follow you for this rage bait shit. They're going to leave their hate comments and then move on. And the people that are sticking around to see you do fitness content creation are just going to leave because you're not doing it anymore. So yeah, if you want to actually grow, if you want to have some sort of a platform and you want to get your sponsors back, this isn't the way to do it. But anyways, guys, we're going to wrap up the video here. Am I going to make another video on Jacksfitness? I don't know. But as I was saying at the start of the video, I am considering doing a full video essay on the whole timeline of events with Jacksfitness. From his very first video to where we're at now. Kind of like if you put all of my videos together, but in a lot more depth and detail, because a video like this, I can just sit down and talk to you. But with this video, it'd be something I edit over a few weeks, like an actual project. But if that's something you'd be interested in, comment down below. And if you want to stay up to date with Jacksfitness news, like this video, and I might make another video like this. We just got to see what happens with him in this fucking boxing match. But anyways, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.